The morning bell echoed through the wide halls of Brookwood High. Students rushed through the corridors, voices overlapping, lockers slamming. A new girl walked quietly down the hall, head down, hoodie up. Her name was Amara Lewis, 16, from Atlanta. Her dark skin glowed under the harsh fluorescent lights. She carried herself quietly, like someone used to being invisible. It was her first day at this new school. Her father had been transferred to the small suburban town just 2 weeks ago, and Amara hated starting over again. She'd been through it before. New city, new faces, same whispers. She found her locker, but her hands trembled a little. Students nearby were staring. Some whispering, "Yo, who's that new chick?" one of the boys muttered. "Probably another charity case," laughed Tyler, the self-proclaimed king of Brookwood High. He was tall, athletic, and arrogant beyond reason. His girlfriend Madison stood beside him, arms crossed, smirking. Amara ignored them and kept unlocking her locker. But she could feel their eyes burning holes through her back. During lunch, she sat alone, tray untouched, eyes on the floor. Laughter echoed from the next table, where Tyler and his gang sat, cracking jokes, mocking anyone different. Then came the moment that changed everything. Tyler got up, holding his chocolate milk, pretending to walk past her table. He stopped, leaned down, and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "So, where you from, huh? Africa or the zoo?" The table erupted with laughter. Amara froze. Her hands clenched. She looked up, eyes calm but sharp. "Does it matter?" Madison rolled her eyes. "Oh, look at that attitude. Thinks she's tough already." Tyler smirked and walked closer, his tone turning meaner. "You don't belong here, girl. Better stay quiet if you know what's good for you." She didn't reply, just looked back at him with quiet strength, something that made him uncomfortable. That evening, word spread fast around school. The new girl talked back to Tyler. By the next day, things got worse. In the hallway between classes, Amara opened her locker and found it filled with trash, banana peels, soda spilled inside. A note taped on the door. "Go back where you came from." She stood there silently as laughter filled the hall. Tyler's gang stood at the far end, filming it on their phones. "Smile for the camera, princess," one of them shouted. Amara didn't cry. She just shut her locker and walked away. But that silence, that calm, only made them angrier. The third day, it happened. After gym class, as she walked out toward the locker room exit, Tyler and 2 of his friends blocked her way. Madison stood nearby, smirking. Tyler grinned. "Still not talking, huh? What, cat got your tongue?" He stepped closer, almost face to face. The hallway was empty. "You think you're better than us?" he said. Amara quietly moved aside to walk past, but Tyler shoved her shoulder. She stumbled back. "Say sorry," he demanded. "For what?" She whispered. Tyler's smirk disappeared. He looked at his friend, who was filming everything on his phone. Then, in a sudden moment of cruelty, Tyler raised his knee and drove it hard into her face. A sickening thud echoed down the hallway. Amara fell to the floor, blood spilling from her nose. The phone camera caught everything. Madison gasped for a second, then laughed nervously. "Oh my God, Tyler." Tyler looked down at Amara. "Next time, learn your place." They walked away, laughing, leaving her on the cold floor. But what none of them knew was that Amara wasn't just an ordinary girl. Her silence wasn't weakness. It was control, and this was their biggest mistake. That night, Amara sat on her bed with an ice pack pressed to her face. Her father, a tall man in military uniform, stood in the doorway, expression unreadable. He had just seen the video. "It was already all over social media. Who did this?" he asked, his voice low and dangerous. Amara didn't look up. "Just some kids." "It's fine." Her father exhaled slowly. "No, it's not fine." The next morning, the principal's office was buzzing with chaos. Parents, teachers, and police officers filled the room. Tyler sat with his mother, pretending to look innocent. The principal played the video on a laptop. The sound of the knee hitting flesh silenced the room. Tyler's mother gasped. "That can't be my son." Amara walked in with her father. The room fell silent. The The officer recognized him immediately. "Colonel Lewis," he said respectfully. Tyler's face went pale. The principal looked confused. "Wait, Colonel Lewis?" Amara's father nodded. "U.S. Army Special Operations. My daughter doesn't talk much, but she's trained better than most soldiers I've met. Her mother taught her. She was a self-defense instructor before she passed." Everyone stared. Tyler tried to speak. "Sir, Colonel Lewis cut him off coldly. "You attacked a soldier's daughter and filmed it for fun." Tyler's mother began crying softly. Madison looked down, her face white with guilt, but Amara didn't say a word. She just looked at Tyler, not with anger, but pity. Then the principal announced the decision. Tyler and his friends were suspended indefinitely, and a criminal investigation would follow. But the real justice didn't happen there. 2 weeks later, the school organized a self-defense awareness assembly led by none other than Amara Lewis. Students gathered in the gym as she walked to the center mat. Tyler and his friends were required to attend as part of their disciplinary process. Amara spoke calmly into the mic. "Sometimes silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's focus. I stayed quiet because fighting back isn't always about throwing punches. It's about timing and control." She demonstrated basic defense moves, graceful, confident, powerful. The same hallways that once echoed with laughter now filled with applause. As the event ended, Amara walked past Tyler. He couldn't meet her eyes. She paused for a second. "I forgive you," she said softly. That single sentence hit harder than any punch could, he whispered, voice trembling. "I'm sorry." She nodded once and walked away, light streaming through the gym windows behind her. Narrator voice for ending. People often mistake quiet for weakness and kindness for fear. But the truth is, strength doesn't always scream. Sometimes it simply stands tall and forgives. The sun rose over Brookwood High, soft orange light stretching across the football field. The same place that once held whispers and laughter now carried something else: respect. Amara walked through the gates quietly as usual, backpack on her shoulder, hoodie up. But this time, eyes didn't follow her in mockery. They followed in silence, almost shame. Madison was standing near the entrance, clutching her books tightly. Her face was pale, guilt heavy in her expression. When she saw Amara, she took a hesitant step forward. "Amara," she said softly. Amara stopped but didn't speak. I wanted to say sorry," Madison stammered. "That day in the hallway," I laughed. "I shouldn't have. I just didn't know what to do." Amara's eyes were calm. "You did what everyone else does. You stayed quiet when it mattered." Madison lowered her head, tears forming. "You didn't deserve it. None of it." For a moment, Amara said nothing. Then she sighed. "Just don't let it happen again to anyone." Madison nodded, wiping her eyes. "I won't." As Amara walked past, a group of students watched her. Some nodded respectfully, others whispered quietly, not with hate this time, but admiration. In the gym later that week, Amara's self-defense sessions had become a regular thing. Dozens of students, girls and boys, joined her after school. She taught them discipline, awareness, and how to stay calm under pressure. One afternoon, as the class ended, someone entered the gym quietly. It was Tyler. He stood at the door, hands in pockets, looking lost. The room went quiet. Everyone turned to look at him. Amara's voice stayed calm. "You need something?" He hesitated. "Yeah. I came to say something." He walked closer, his voice trembling slightly. "I know an apology doesn't fix anything, but I'm sorry. Not because I got caught. Because I finally saw what I did." Amara studied him for a moment. "You watched the video?" He nodded. 100 times. "I hate what I see." Silence filled the air. Students stood still, waiting. Amara looked down, then said quietly, "Pain changes people. Sometimes for worse, sometimes for better. You choose which one you'll be." Tyler's eyes softened. "I want to change. Then start now," she replied. "Help others instead of hurting them." For the first time, he smiled faintly. "Can I stay and help with the class?" Amara nodded slowly. Pick up the pads. That day, Tyler trained under Amara's guidance. Every move she taught, he followed with quiet respect. The same hands that once caused harm now held focus pads for others to practice safely. Weeks passed. Slowly, people stopped seeing Amara as the new black girl. They saw her as the girl who changed everything, the one who turned cruelty into strength. One morning, she stood near the school flagpole, helping a younger student tie her shoelace. That same hallway where she was attacked months ago now echoed with laughter, not mockery, but friendship. Her father watched from the parking lot, proud. He knew his daughter didn't need revenge. She had already won in a way no punishment could match. Later that day, the principal approached Amara. We're proud of you. Miss Lewis, the board wants to honor you for what you started here. We're naming this program after your mother. The Lewis Defense Initiative. Amara's eyes softened. Thank you, she whispered. That evening, Amara sat by the window in her room, the golden sunset lighting her face. She took out an old photo of her mother, smiling in her self-defense uniform, and placed it on the table. I did it, Mom, she whispered. I finally did it. Outside, laughter from the neighborhood kids floated through the air. A soft breeze brushed against her cheek, almost like an answer. Narrator voice for ending. True strength isn't measured by how hard you hit back. It's measured by how far you rise after being broken. Forgiveness isn't surrender. It's freedom. And those who choose kindness in a cruel world become legends without even trying. As the final scene fades, we see Amara walking down the hallway again, this time, head high, light in her eyes. The camera pans out slowly, capturing the banner above her, respect, courage, equality. Music swells, fading to black. Text on screen. She forgave, she taught. She inspired and changed the whole school forever.